Hey there people, it is your boy Roman, your favorite neighborhood Russian. Welcome to a brand new video, and this is a video that I kind of debated to myself whether I should make it for a while, but I decided to do it anyway. Here I am, by the way, guys, yes, outside in Lisbon, Portugal. Got this new vlog camera here, actually. Has really cool features like this. Wow, check it out. I can show you guys what's going on these streets and bring it back. Just like that, with one tap. Incredible. This is technology, guys. This is what it's all about. But anyway, now what I want to talk about is actually something that me and a couple of other YouTubers that I know personally, some of us have been noticing that something really strange is happening at YouTube right now as far as recommendations. And essentially what happened is that it's all absolutely over, you guys. I'm cooked. I'm finished. I think YouTube decided to just throw my channel down the trash. I mean, look, guys, here's the thing. I've been in this platform for basically like 10 years now. I've been through ups and downs. I've seen different eras of YouTube, right? My channel has gone through different eras or whatever, but I've never really seen a decrease in my views that was so sudden and unexplainable. You see, guys, I mean, you pretty much probably know my story by this point. I'm a Russian YouTuber. I'm originally from Russia. I'm a Russian citizen, and for the longest time, you know, ever since I was a teenager, pretty much, I've understood that something is deeply wrong with my country, and that it's definitely not going in the right direction, right? And even though I made different content, at one point I made MLG montage parodies, right? That was the what I started out with on YouTube. I made like YouTube drama slob way back in the day, but I ended up eventually pivoting my channel towards talking about Russia. It's always talking about kind of my experiences growing up in Russia, what it was like to live in Russia, also to exist in that system, and also myself as a Russian, you know, who can speak English well. I realized that I'm in a bit of a unique position to let the world know about what is actually going on in my country. I could cover a lot of the propaganda, a lot of the cringe kind of happening in the society, on the internet, whatever, everything that's connected with Russian censorship and so on. And that's what I've been doing on this channel for the past few years, actually non-stop. And I've also been documenting my own journey as an immigrant, actually, from Russia. I originally moved to the country of Georgia, which is actually not far from Russia, which was one of the countries that would allow me to move, basically. Now I'm living here in Europe, in Portugal, in Lisbon. And you know, the thing is, guys, even though I don't like to parade myself on this channel, I really don't like to toot my own horn too much in a sense, right? But I have actually stood on business for years now. I have sacrificed a lot for my channel and for my beliefs and to be able to say the things that I want to say. I mean, I literally had to leave my home country in order to say the things that I can say to you right now on this channel. I had to leave my friends, my family behind, pretty much everything. And I mean, it would probably happen either way, to be honest, even if I wasn't a YouTuber or something. But YouTube as a platform has definitely created the opportunity for me to move to the West in the first place. Because I'm making these videos, and obviously videos make money, this is kind of how I'm able to sustain myself and live this, you know, amazing European life or whatever. But the thing is, guys, is that right now, things are not looking too good. Actually, if you take a look at my YouTube channel, my videos, since the start of 2025, my channel has a lot of my videos have basically halved or gone down 3 or 4 times in the amount of views. And even though the YouTube analytics will tell you that it's just because your content has gotten boring, nobody has any interest anymore, you gotta try something new, whatever, it's not what it's about exactly at all. Even if the views decrease, it doesn't happen overnight. And I didn't get cancelled or anything either. I mean, look, I don't want to throw a pity party or anything, but I also don't want to be too serious about it in a sense. For example, a fellow YouTuber, Laoway86, who makes content about China, he's actually been talking about something pretty similar, and he's been noticing a similar thing on his channel where right after the start of the year, right after the election maybe even, YouTube basically stopped recommending his channel to people, and his views on his new videos also went down 3, 4, 5 times in their viewership. Now, I kind of don't want to over-dramatize this whole thing like Laoway did in a sense, because, you know, he had a very, serious angle towards this whole thing.
I get views on my content because you deserve to see what's really happening behind what China's trying to cover up. This isn't about me. This is about the future of our world. This is the future of our freedom. This is the future freedom of Chinese people. I put in the work and I put everything on the line to tell you the truth.
I just feel like for me it would be a little bit corny to say stuff like, this is not about me, this is bigger than me, okay? This is about the future freedom of the Russian people or whatever. No, I'm not under any impression that my content is helping save Russia or something. Not at all. It's not that serious, not that deep, but I do believe it's content that deserves to be seen and that actually does bring up important issues. And it is very annoying to be treated like this by the YouTube algorithm, by the YouTube system. And it's just not what YouTube wants on their platform, apparently. Apparently what they want on their platform is rage bait.
Let's look at my buddy Serpent ZA. He's been doing really well on his channel. When he made videos that looked like pro-China and anti-US content, the views went up 5 times.
They want that. They don't want somebody discussing actual issues and somebody who's like an immigrant going through problems in life. Nobody wants to hear about that.
Like, bro, I get it that rage bait and clickbait is what does well on YouTube, but I'm not trying to make videos with titles like I changed my mind about Russia and Putin was actually right, or some shit like that for clicks on YouTube. Like, I really do not want to do that, okay?
The way Lao Wai kind of put it and the way he sees it is that, in his opinion, what is currently happening on YouTube is that there's been a bit of a shift, specifically like regarding content aimed at like America's enemies or whatever, like Russia and China. And he's essentially saying that supposedly because Trump is now in office, YouTube is now like pro-China, pro-Russia, they recommend only pro-Chinese content to people, and more or less like, I don't know. At least I don't know if that is going on regarding Russia, right? There is a lot of like pro-Russian content on the internet right now, surely that is getting a lot of views, but I don't think there's like necessarily like a plan of some sort of great replacement where they're trying to replace, you know, anti-Russia creators like myself, of course, with like pro-Russia creators because it's like better for the algorithm or something. But you know, once again, I really don't like making these videos where I just complain about like not getting views, basically, being fucking irrelevant. But like sometimes it just comes to a point where it makes zero sense, like where your views and the reach out that your videos get and like the feedback that your videos get make absolutely zero sense. Like for example, just recently, I've been actually trying out different things, trying to bring myself back in the game, right? I made a video about history recently, about Pushkin. I made a vlog, which is something that supposedly a lot of people wanted to see. Didn't get like any views whatsoever. Nobody fucking saw it from my subscribers base. My vlogs would usually do way better than this. So I was like, okay, sure, whatever. I'm gonna make like a video about Russia, about what's going on in the culture. Also did like shit. So then I thought, okay, maybe it's all about being parasocial. Gonna make a video about something like more personal. No, once again, terrible performance. Nobody saw it. And the thing is, guys, this stuff is annoying to me, not really even for the reason that I want like a lot of views. I want to be basking in fame or something. Honestly, guys, I don't really care at this point. Like, I've been on this platform for 10 years once again. And you know, I've already been like YouTube famous for a while. I don't really care about that. By far the biggest issue about this entire thing is that YouTube is my work, right? It's a business. I need to pay my bills, right? I need to, you know, be able to survive out here in Western Europe. I have people depending on me. I have like family members depending on me and stuff. I have people living with me actually. So unfortunately, there's a direct correlation between how much views you get and how much money you make on YouTube. But this is just not the greatest thing to experience when you're in a position like me, you know? Once again, I'm like an immigrant that's here on an immigrant visa, on a work visa. I'm supposed to be like a freelancer who brings in a certain amount of income per month to be like eligible for my visa, the digital nomad visa and stuff. You know, and obviously the cost of life and everything is way higher here than like in Eastern Europe than in Russia, for example. And to begin with, right, as an Eastern European person here in Western Europe right now, I do have a bit of like Eastern European imposter syndrome where I feel like I'm not supposed to be out here, you know, I don't belong here essentially, and this entire area is like too exquisite, too rich, too cool for me. And you know what I'm saying? I was like not meant to be on these streets out here, and I'm really like, you know, it's basically like the imposter syndrome where you feel like you don't belong here, you're not adequate enough, but also it's compounded with like this need to have financial security as an immigrant in Europe. It's not like I'm out on the street or anything, but if things keep going this way, honestly, like, I don't know. I do not know what like kind of future is ahead of me here in Western Europe if like my views keep going down and like it's just bad and my income is like zero, you know, making 1 penny. And it's obviously even more frustrating when it does barely feel like even your fault, because YouTube just decides to stop recommending your stuff and stop showing your stuff just one day and you can do basically nothing about it. And honestly, guys, there's a reason why I don't like even talking about this most of the time, is because, to begin with, I do realize that, first of all, most people think that YouTubers are like entitled brats anyway, who do nothing all day, who don't deserve the money that they're making, right? And I know that people are gonna say, Roman, who gives a shit? We're all also struggling with the same exact thing, paying rent or whatever, even as citizens of like the West or whatever. I completely understand that. I understand that I'm not unique or special. I'm just fucking like... It's just a cry for help at this point, you guys, you know? And also a reason why I particularly don't like sharing this stuff with my audience is because when you say that, you know, your channel is not doing well and nobody's watching your shit or whatever, a lot of people, you know, they come from a good place, they try to have certain opinions and like advice what you could do, but the thing is that I kind of found out through experience that asking your YouTube followers or whatever, your followers, what to do is probably the worst thing you can do, because you will just go insane. Everybody out there like has their own perceived version of you, everybody out there has like their own ideas of what they want to see from you, ideas of what you should be making. So like you just get these people saying, bro, we're tired of your shit, make more vlogs or whatever, and then you make a vlog, nobody watches it, and you're like, huh, what happens, you know? Or just your haters start coming out of the woodwork with like their terminally online takes on why it's, what, you know, what the real reason why you fell off actually is because you complain too much, because you're too arrogant now in videos or something. Sure, bro, okay. Basically nothing good, long story short, right? So yes, as much I would actually like to hear you guys' feedback on this video and why you think this is the case, there really isn't like a good explanation. And you know, a lot of people who don't know YouTube, who've never, you know, had a YouTube channel, think they know how I can fix my shit, but they don't. Even we YouTubers, like I'm asking other YouTubers what I can do and nobody has an idea. Everybody's just like, yes, the algorithm is insane now, it's fucking over, basically. And yeah, like this is the life when you live in such an industry that is so volatile, where, you know, your success and where your financial success also depends on essentially an algorithm choosing whether, you know, you're a bad or a good boy. This is what happens, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking annoying. Yeah, it is what it is. By the way, check out this camera, you know, it can follow me. That's insane, bro. Absolutely insane. But I would like you guys to follow me instead, right? I am trying on this channel, okay? I'm trying to come up with new stuff all the time, trying to come up with new topics, new videos, something that I've not done before. And look guys, even though I do like to call the Russia content that I make on this channel slop, it's more of a joke, right? And the issue is that I don't actually really consider it slop. It is slop in the sense that maybe it's rather easy for me to make, but it is content that, like, you know, brings up real issues that is relevant to what is happening in real world. And also it is content that I kind of had to, once again, I had to sacrifice a lot in my life to be able to make this type of content. Even the slop on my channel is something that, like, you know, is scary to talk about. And people just don't fucking appreciate it, I guess, which is fine, you know. If you do the same thing over and over again, people just get bored of it, and I get it. But, like, so does every YouTuber that's popping right now. So does every fucking, like, React Andy or whatever. They're all doing the same fucking slop bullshit, and they're killing it. So, like, I'm honestly really not sure what is going on. Sorry, the wind here is killing my hair. I look like ass probably, but that's just pretty much all I wanted to say in this video, I think. Again, I could probably present this in a more kind of rage-baity or engaging or conspiratorial kind of way, where I could say that, you know, the whole reason why my channel is doing like ass is because Vladimir Putin himself is sitting in his office right now watching my shit, and he's like calling, he's calling Sergey Brin, because he's Russian, right? So he has Russian roots. He's calling Sergey Brin, is like, bro, turn on this motherfucker's recommendations right now. He's just destroying our entire shit, you know, his anti-Z propaganda is too good, you know, our country cannot handle it. No, I don't think that is what is going on. I don't think there's some big plot to destroy me or to destroy, like, anti-Russian content on YouTube. But nevertheless, the fact that this is what is happening is extremely annoying. And so yes, well, I could definitely say in this video, you know, you guys should hit the bell, you know, you should subscribe and watch all of my videos, and also donate to me, because the future of Russia in the world depends on it, right? And I'm like the best journalist in existence or something. No, that's not the case. I'm just a guy making videos on YouTube, but nevertheless, you know, existing in this climate is fucking terrifying. So yeah, guys, I mean, that is going to be pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to have a bit of a chat, walk around, and, you know, talk about some real shit for once. And oh, the rain is kicking in just now. Perfect. I just finished. Couldn't be more perfect. But yeah, guys, hopefully enjoy this little down-to-earth video. Sometimes I'm not feeling this shit, man, and today is definitely one of the days. If you guys do appreciate what I do on this channel, though, if you ever, you know, found anything I ever said on this channel useful or interesting, once again, maybe click the bell so you can actually see my videos. And also, if you want to support me additionally, and that is financially, in these times, that's the only thing that matters, right? Then you can go over to the link down in the description and become a YouTube member, or donate to me or support me on Buy Me a Coffee, which is where you can either do a one-time donation or like a monthly donation, or you can also do a super thanks underneath this video for a one-time donation. It will help me out a lot. And yeah, people, that's gonna be pretty much it. This is where I'm gonna leave you guys. Rainy Portugal is still beautiful, and yeah. See you guys in the next one. Peace.